I had an online boyfriend. He was actually my professor. I was half asleep in class, so I sent him a flirty text and a boob pic. "Wid hot stuff, can we meet, please? I want to squeeze your..." The next second, my text and photo appeared on the projector screen. In front of the whole class?
Oh my God, what is
And worse
that?
yet, the
Someone
chat was
recorded
with
it.
someone saved as Babe. The entire class went wild. Our physics professor smiled, something he rarely did.
My apologies. My wife can be a little naughty sometimes.
As a literature major, I'd accidentally signed up for an advanced calculus class. I'd skipped it for half the semester, and finals were just around the corner. I had to show up to get the credits. Feeling guilty, I slipped in and chose a seat in the farthest corner. I was so bored. Then the professor walked in, and the room went silent.
Hi everyone, I'm your calculus professor.
His features were sharp and striking, as if carved by a sculptor. He moved with effortless grace. He looked like the kind of man no one dared approach. Professor was handsome. Dangerously handsome. In fact, he reminded me of my online boyfriend. My mind immediately drifted to the photos he sent me last night. Broad shoulders, narrow waist. Every inch of him looked perfect. Absolutely unfair. The professor was hot, sure, but I couldn't understand a word he was saying. I was about to fall asleep. To keep that from happening, I sent my online boyfriend a flirty text and a boob pic. "Wide, hot stuff. Can we meet, please? I want to squeeze your..." The next second, I heard gasps all around me.
Holy shit, what was that?
What is happening?
"Someone record this!" I was stirred. I looked up at the screen and froze. The messages I'd just sent was now displayed on that giant projector screen. And even worse, everyone could clearly see he'd saved me as Babe. The whole class went crazy.
Professor Eric Hale, a young and much respected academic. Who would have thought he had this side to him?
Meanwhile, the man at the center of it all simply smiled.
Apologies, class. My wife enjoys causing a little trouble. My wife enjoys causing a little trouble.
The room went silent for only 1 second. Then the whispers started. My head was a mess. I couldn't think straight. Just as I was wondering about it, my phone buzzed. A new message. "Be a good girl. Maybe I'll send you some pics when I'm home." Unfortunately, I knew exactly what kind of photos. Countless photos. His abs. That ridiculously sexy Adam's apple. My imagination ran wild. In my mind, he was in the gym, shirtless, sweat glistening on his skin as he worked the rowing machine. I walked over and ran a finger over his abs. He caught my wrist. A teasing smile tugged at his lips.
Well, do you like it?
Flustered, I stumbled backward and bumped into a yoga ball. I grabbed his hand in a panic. The next second, he flipped me over until I was... I jolted awake. I looked at the man standing at the podium. He was smiling at his phone. Then I was sure. He was the person I'd been calling Babe. When class ended, everyone was still reeling from that message.
Professor Hale? Didn't know he's into that kind of stuff.
He is totally sprung. Okay, why is this actually kind of sweet? Now I really want to know what his wife is like.
Wow, Mrs. Hale's a baddie.
God, all the chatter, my face was burning. I couldn't take it anymore. I shoved my books into my bag and bolted. I just wanted to get out of there as fast as possible, but in panic, I wasn't paying attention. I turned the corner and slammed straight into a solid chest. My nose stung.
Hey, watch it.
My words died in my throat when I saw his face. I swallowed hard. Every instinct screamed at me to run. But Eric stepped in front of me again. He looked down at me.
I don't recall seeing you in my class before.
Maybe it's because I usually sit in the corner. You didn't notice, so...
He kept staring at me as I spoke. I couldn't stay there any longer.
I should go now, Professor.
I quickly turned and left. I could still feel him watching me. He was probably suspicious, but if I was lucky, he'd just assume I was another girl with a crush on him. I rushed back to my dorm, and my phone kept buzzing in my pocket. "Babe, I'm home." It was a long day. Just want to kiss you now. I've been thinking about you all day, babe. What did you say you again earlier? That you wanted to... Messages kept flooding in. Then I thought about him. That cold, perfect man stood at the podium. The rolled-up sleeves revealed his forearms. When he reached out to write, the movement exposed his muscles beneath, those subtle lines. Damn it. This man was temptation itself. I had no idea what to say. If anyone ever found out I was dating Professor Eric Hale, I'd be public enemy #1 on campus. And if he found out his girlfriend was actually one of his students, I'd die of embarrassment. Maybe I should just break up with him. Yes, that's right. I should block all his contacts. We had never even met anyway. Once I blocked him, our relationship would be over. Then a video popped up as I opened his profile. This time, not photos, but a video. His body looked perfect in the video. Lean lines, sharp collarbones, a strong neck. Every detail hit me like a punch. I immediately changed my mind. If I blocked him, I'd never get this again. Then another message came in. Babe, it's not enough talking to you like this anymore. I want to see you. I once told Eric we were from the same city, so maybe that's why he said, but meet him? I don't know. If we met, he would find out the truth. I quickly typed, sorry, I might not be free lately. Something came up at home. I need to go back for a while. I'll be busy for some time. It was a terrible excuse, but I sent it anyway. Before he could reply, I logged out. A photo of Eric had been posted on our campus forum. He was on his phone smiling. People were shocked.
Who could make the cold professor smile like that? No way. Is he actually whipped? This is insane. I'm so curious. What kind of woman is he with?
I logged into the forum. Reading the comments about me, I wanted to cry. What should I say? But complaining wouldn't help. I still had classes to attend. And then I saw the worst possible thing. Eric. It's Eric Hale.
Your calculus professor is sick. I'll be taking over from here.
The classroom instantly buzzed with excitement. Everyone else was excited, but I was miserable. So this meant I was going to see him more often now? I sighed. Then I opened our chat. His last message was a cute puppy sticker. That puppy sticker, and the man standing at the podium, no way. They couldn't have been more different.
Actually, he's average. Not even as good-looking as you.
He looked up at me, his eyes narrowing slightly, his tone turned subtle and dangerous.
You think I'm better looking than your husband?
I froze. Is that what I meant? My husband's mistress is the daughter of the richest man, and when I secretly took photos of them and sent them to her father, his reply completely caught me off guard.
Got it. I'm being cheated on.
I stared at my phone screen forever. Aren't they father and daughter? I patiently tried to correct him.
Sir, I'm the one being cheated on. Your daughter is having an affair with my husband.
He replied with just 4 words.
Let's meet and talk.
Before this, I thought he would be at least 50 years old, but a sharp, well-suited guy showed up.
You look so young. You don't even look 40.
33.
I froze.
Oh,
I hurriedly took a sip of my coffee.
you must have had your daughter really early then.
His fingertip resting on the rim of his cup.
Actually, I'm not her biological father.
Stepfather?
He looked down to take a sip of water.
Something like that.
I nodded.
No wonder you're so young.
He took a deep breath, glanced at me, and put his business card on the table.
I'm Kyan. Let's get straight to the point.
He pulled his hand back.
The affair between Rain and your husband. Tell me everything.
I gripped my cup tighter.
All right.
My husband, Ethan, runs a dance center. Rain was his student and had been taking his classes for over a year. I have no idea exactly when they got together. 3 months ago, I went to look for him and caught them kissing in the classrooms. My heart completely stopped in that moment. I longed to step forward and push that door open, but pride and reason bore down on me so heavily that I could barely breathe, rooted to the spot. Even though my vision blurred, my mind remained calm. I memorized the girl's face and looked through the student records. Then I found her name, Rain. The premium classes cost $50,000 a session, and she had signed up for 32 sessions. That was a total of $160,000.
That's quite a lot for a girl at her age.
Kian listened to me, no emotion showing at all.
I remember she once asked me for $200,000.
So I started tailing her. I needed evidence to leave my husband with nothing in the divorce. But surprise, Rain drove $1 million car and lived in a luxury mansion.
To be honest, I was shocked. She's too rich to hook up with my husband.
Kian's lips thinned into a tight line.
Mind if I ask about your husband's financial situation?
I answered him openly.
He has a PhD in dance. A few years ago, he quit teaching to start his own business. His annual income just reached $1 million.
$1 million?
Kian seemed incredulous at the answer. He let out a faint smirk as he scanned me, asking,
So, he must be really good looking then.
I showed him a photo of Ethan on my phone.
Actually, he's average. Not even as good looking as you.
He looked up at me, his eyes narrowing slightly, his tone turned subtle and dangerous.
You think I'm better looking than your husband?
I froze. Is that what I meant?
No, I mean, we're just normal, not like you and your daughter. You both are born pretty.
He stared at me for a moment, then suddenly snatched my phone, tapping against the screen.
He does look normal. You don't.
My heart skipped a beat. I gripped my phone tightly and pulled my hand back.
Mr. Hale, I came to ask you to keep your daughter in line.
Of course I will.
He nodded and looked into my eyes, his tone calm.
But I don't understand. Do you really believe this will win your husband back?
His words struck my heart.
Of course not.
I tucked Kian's business card away, stood up, took a deep breath, and looked down at him.
He betrayed me, and I'll make sure he pays for it.
Kian remained seated, tilting his head back to look up at me, amused.
What's your name?
I slowly reached my hand to him.
Clara.
I turned and left the cafe. When I got back home, Rain was there.
You're home, Clara?
Ethan was in the kitchen cooking. When he heard it, he rushed out to explain.
She's my student, Rain.
He pulled me into the kitchen and whispered.
Her family is loaded. You know, I've been busy trying to secure investments lately, so I invited her over for dinner.
Rain walked in and said,
I didn't expect you to be so pretty, Clara.
Leave it to me. You two go and chill.
Ethan said, pushing us out of the kitchen. Rain shifted her gaze toward Ethan.
Clara, do you know why I came here for dinner? Because the property manager told me that woman has been asking around about me lately.
My heart skipped a beat. Has she already known? I froze on the spot.
Dinner time!
Ethan's voice cut in, breaking the ice between Rain and me. At the dinner table, Ethan chatted with her while placing food onto my plate. I didn't take a single bite. Ethan glanced at me and only snapped out of it when Rain called his name to continue discussing business. He needed a $10 million investment to promote his dance center.
Sure. My family wants me to try investing in some projects anyway.
Ethan, however, put on a reserved front.
Rayan, there's no rush. I'll send you the proposal. Take a good look at it first.
Okay, whatever you say.
If I weren't here, they'd probably be kissing already. Underneath the table, I pulled out my phone and sent a text to that man.
Mr. Hale, Rain is at my house. If you're too busy, Pendek, to educate your daughter, I'll hit her for you.
After a minute, he replied,
Go ahead. My hands are tied.
My eyes widened. What a random dude. Rain seemed to be in a good mood. She glanced at me and said,
Mr. Carteret, if I become your partner, wouldn't that make me half a boss lady?
She turned her head and looked me in the eyes.
Will you mind, Clara?
Turned and walked toward the door. Mason caught me before I made it 3 steps. His hand closed around my arm, his fingers digging in.
Apologize to her.
My boyfriend's sports team just won nationals. The arena was still roaring when I pushed open the lounge door. Trophy. Champagne.
Truth or dare, man. Bro actually did it again.
Long. A rookie spotted me first.
Yo, Mason, your girlfriend's here.
Back like it was nothing.
Relax.
He looked at me with no guilt, no concern.
She wouldn't care.
Someone on the couch let out a nervous laugh.
Dude, if your girl saw that,